1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Rock Street.
Why, hello there, dear sinners, and welcome. Welcome one and all to another sermon of Yap. And, well, as I must warn you, today is admittedly going to be a little bit of a low-energy affair. I must be completely honest with you. I have perhaps had my, how shall we say, soul drained, so to speak, and not in an exciting way. Nay, I've had it's been one of those days, I think, where I've just kinda, well, let's just say, I had to sort of sit down and really have a good long think about things. I guess question myself on just a small couple of details, right? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing with myself? Where am I going? Where am I guess, what am I doing with my life, I suppose, is a few questions I've had of myself. You know, I've often wondered about whether various things are working out, I'm enjoying things, and I'll be honest, for some things I don't know. But I always look forward to these. I do always look forward to spending time with all of you with a lot. Whether you're coming or going, whether you're sticking around for the whole thing. I do look forward to these. Some days we do better than others. Other days, I suspect it's the nature of live viewing, right? Some days it's a great time and everyone's jumping on it. Other days, less so. So, it's one of those things, right? I think over time it's just going to be, how should we say, one of those things that just, you know, some days it's pretty good, some days, and it's just the way of things, right? It's the way of things, it's the nature of the beast. And at the very least, I can honestly say, even when it's a rough day, I will take the rough days doing this over the day job. Any day. So, there is that. There is most certainly that. Just want to say, before I forget as well, a big thank you to Riffrack and Zelvet? I'm not sure how to say your name, but thank you for the follow as well, about 21 hours ago. Very kind of you. It's very, very kind of those who do choose to follow, even when I'm not actually doing anything. But yes, so, what's on the agenda for sermon today? Well, I suppose I wanted to talk a little bit about just all the random games we've seen come out. A bit of positivity. You know. There's been just all kinds of random games I've seen popping up. Some coming out now, others coming soon. Black Myth Wukong, which I hadn't heard much about. It's not looking too bad. I'll give it its due. It's not looking bad at all. And to be totally honest, it's certainly tempting. But Elden Ring is currently filling that sort of itch for now. Though, we'll see with Elden Ring. The problem with Elden Ring, I think, for me, is when I say I'm not really good at the game, it's not like, I suppose it's more my temperament some days isn't good enough to withstand the brutal crushingness that is Elden Ring. I know some people say it was easy, but I would also argue those people have probably played other Souls games. You can put completed a single one. I've not, so my gauge for difficulty in a Souls game, well, it's not quite the same. But we got past the first demigod, so you never know. You very well may. Well, I'm not going to say I'm going to stop. I'm happy to carry on, at least for a little bit anyway. We'll see anyway. It may be that we keep going. And yeah, it would go pretty well. Otherwise, we may stop for a bit. I'd like to think not forever, but we'll see. We will. But anyway, yeah. So there's been less little games come on. Obviously, briefly showed Space Marine 2, though. That trailer was just a nothing trailer. Like, just give me the game. God damn it. It's in a couple of weeks, but it vexes me a little that I see, like, people already playing them. Like, come on. It's already playable. Like, if you're willing to subject it to the criticism of content creators on YouTube, then, well, is it not playable then? I don't know. Seems an odd choice to release it so early for, you know, people to post about it publicly on YouTube and other platforms. But it's fine. I'll play it. I have early access to, well, I've got the gold edition, so I'll get it early, right? So on the 6th, I believe is the current plan. Penciling that one in, but yeah, the 6th is when we are doing some things. By we, I mean myself, JD Mars, and Onyx Naki. I'm not doing Naki? I might be butchering that, my apologies, my friend. But yes, the three of us are going to be playing some Space Marine 2. And I may be playing some Space Marine 2 off stream as well. Most likely with my dear Mod Rouge, but you never know, a few of you might be in the server and we might play together as well. I do go in there sometimes. I'm not so aloof as to just not be among my community. No, I do descend down and join you all occasionally. So, by all means, do feel free to join me if you do wish. While I'm thinking about it as well, do send some love over to Robin Redgrave, by the way. She's doing a subathon. They're doing a subathon, and they have certainly earned the success they've got, genuinely. I'm very happy for them. So do give them all love and support you can. They're a dear friend, and it would certainly mean a lot to me as well. What else has been happening recently? Let me see. Well, I suppose there's no way of overlooking it. I suppose I also want to dedicate a little portion of this to Cobral rants about the current state of VTubing again. And I have to say, can we drop the mean girl culture for 5 minutes? God fucking damn it. Can we drop the mean girl for 5 minutes? I know some of you are hyped upon your shit, but can some of you fellow VTubers get off your high horse and stop being such a bitch? I'm just gonna say it frankly. Like, come on. Please. Like, in all seriousness, like, I think some people, when they've got a bit of a following, they sit there and they think to themselves at the top of the world, they're untouchable. And I just think to myself, how ungenuine someone like that must be as a person. And I suppose my lesson that I'm trying to impart to you here is don't be like that. Like, seriously, don't. It's not worth it for you, and frankly, it's just rather shitty, I'll be honest. So, I strongly suggest against it, to be totally honest with you. I think, personally, it's better to try and be nice. Being nasty might make you grow quickly, right? But here's the problem with being nasty. It comes round to bite you in the ass. And every person who's grown from being an ass has crashed and burned. And I just think, have you really enjoyed that? You know, have you really liked that? Because the way I see it, personally anyway, is it's just a whole mess, and you've made no friends doing that. You've just attacked people, and I think, well, that's kind of sad, because you're just going to be alone. And you best pray you have a fan base that likes you. And here's the problem. If you're, if nasty is your brand, then I'm not like the fun kind of nasty, or the cute kind of nasty, or the down bad kind of nasty. No, I mean just being a piece of shit. If you're a piece of shit, then, well, you're just screwing yourself, because it'll come around, and like I say, it'll bite you hard in the ass, and then what? Then what? If your community is just as much an ass as you are, then, well, what more do you want? The streamer and the community both reflect each other, after all. That's why I always find it better to be nicer. Don't get me wrong, I do jokingly play up the being a little mean to you guys now and then, but it's always a joke. It's always being playful, right? And I hope you know that, because I think it's important. I think it's important to understand that. And I genuinely think, if mutual respect between the streamer and their dear viewers is important, I think. But yeah, that's my little brief take on the VTuber community at the moment. It's a lot of mean girl culture again, and I think we need to get away from that, because we're gonna get lambasted the same way you see the beauty community and the commentary community get lambasted. And I just think, can we not be better than that? Like, here's the thing, I'd like to think I don't contribute to that drama-like culture. I hope I don't. I might comment on it, I might comment people who engage in it, but I try and keep out of it, because I'm not interested in bringing drama to my front door. And the reason why is simple. It stains you. It always leaves a stain. And what you don't want is for to have so many stains that you'll never get clean. It'll always be dirty. You'll always be stained. And that's just not worth it. It's hard enough to grow in the space as it is. Having a poor reputation on top of that just adds fuel to the fire of fucking you over. So, I don't know. That's my take on it. Take it or leave it. And then, of course, we can't have content creators without someone deciding to be a bit debaucherous around someone younger, of course. Of course. Thank you to that one VTuber, you know who you are. Please stay the fuck away from the community, you monster. And I mean that genuinely. Just vile. But, hey, it seems to be a pervasive thing at the moment. It's like we can't just, I don't know, not be terrible like that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? The way at the moment. It is the way. But anyway, on to other news. So, I've recently been dabbling in looking up some sources, some inspiration for the VTuber lore. As you may remember, I'm going to be doing a bit of a little series for VTuber lore. My own, to be precise. And I thought it'd be nice to have a nice little collaborative get-together on that. So, in essence, I crafted a bit of lore together, and, well, you tell me what you think, give me some suggestions. and we sort of craft it together, you and I. And then, when it's all said and done, have a nice little PDF, perhaps, or a little book of some kind, I can just throw it all together in, right? That's the general plan. But that'll take time. I think they're splitting it into sections anyway, because the way I see it, there's things you can do with that. So I'm probably going to try and get the general setting and vibe in one sort of guide, and then break it down from there. That's my general plan. I'm not going to go too much more into detail than that because, well, that's what the video's going to be for. But, as I say, it's all in the long run. As with everything in this game, it's a long game and you gotta plant the seeds before you can till the crop. And something that's going to come a bit sooner though, of course, as I say, a lot of Space Marine 2. That is... God, it's close. God, it is very, very close. I do hope to be enjoying quite a bit of that. Now, don't worry, you will definitely hear my praise or enragement, depending on if the game is good or not, because I've been waiting 10 years for this, so I am very keen to see it in action, in my own hands, without the filter of media or some worthless IGN Games journalists playing it. Seriously, is no one in that office capable of playing games? It's actually terrifying. It's actually terrifying with games journalists. Honestly. It amazes me how bad some of them are at it. But it is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. I might do my own little review on it as well. We'll see. I'm just working out my formula for reviews. But I definitely have a lot to say on that game, depending on how it is. And for something a little more sooner to come, as you may have noticed on the schedule this week, we're going back to Total War, and it's just had an update, so what a perfect time to jump into a new campaign, as the Dwarves no less. I was already going to play Dwarves anyway, and then they added a little update for the Deeps, so we can play nice and tall with Dwarves, which feels very nice. I'm not sure what Dwarf I want to play as. I'm thinking, honestly, the High King. I think that'd be quite fun, personally. But we'll see. We'll see with that one. It may be I change my mind last minute and we play like Malachi or somebody, and we build tall with him, and basically just have his main army go out and gallivant on adventures, whilst his sort of, I guess, a backup army keeps the home base up and running. It's an idea, and honestly it might be quite fun. Plus it's fairly fresh and new, so hey, why not? But we'll see. It's all how I feel on the day. As for our Strategic Sunday, which is premiering this week, yes, the start of Strategic Sunday. The Strategic Sunday, for those who don't know, is essentially I pick out a strategy game that I rather enjoy, and we do have a bit of a play on it, and maybe I'll switch between a few, who knows. It's kind of a whatever I feel like on the day kind of thing, really. But I'm thinking Sins of a Solar Empire 2 is going to be my go-to. I'm thinking a nice long game of Advent would be quite fun. They are a bunch of sort of cybernetic religious types in space, so that fits me just fine. I'm not in space per se, but it's like the next step, isn't it? So that's something we're doing then. And I've been enjoying the game quite a bit, actually.
Am I alive yet?
Yeah, as I say, my apologies for the low energy. Today's just been one of those strange days where I felt fine for most of the day, and then sort of the end of the day came, and I can't quite explain it, but something kind of just hit me. It hit me on kind of a strange level, I think, is the best way to describe it. It hit me on a strange level where I guess I don't know, I felt odd. I suppose I kind of started feeling very unsure of things, as I mentioned earlier, and yeah, it just sucked the absolute life out of me. In just completely totality, honestly, it's weird. And then I'm going to try and maintain some form of life, and guess who didn't switch their phone to Do Not Disturb? That's right, this fool right here. I'm going to do that right now. Moment. While I'm thinking about technology, shall we discuss Twitch's unique idea for collaboration stuff? Though, I must stress, I really don't think that was the right way. The knocking feature? Why? Also, the fact it turns your camera on if you get permission. Are you trying, dogs VTubers? Like, there's a few people who genuinely think Twitch is trying to, like, I don't know, screw over VTubers. And you know, sometimes it feels like it. It feels like it some days when you get features like that just actively hurt us. Like, I appreciate the intent, but the execution was just so bad. But, you know, that is... 'tis the way of it, I suppose. 'Tis the way of Twitch to make bad decisions, roll them back, make worse decisions, sometimes roll them back, sometimes not, and occasionally make a good decision. And yet somehow still be slightly more palatable than YouTube. Mostly because at least Twitch's strike system is far less murderous than YouTube. YouTube 1 just, well, as I say, frankly just killer. But, you know, you gotta love him, right? You just gotta love him. Apologies for the yawning there. Christ. I've also finally figured out how to post on Reddit. Only took me many years. But I finally found out that apparently you can't have a picture and text in the same box. Silly me didn't know that. So I'll be posting there more regularly now, I actually understand it. Though I'm mostly going to keep it to memes because I feel like they get enough self-promotion on there, and I feel like keeping it to funny memes is going to be better. Or at least attempt a meme. I'm not going to say I'm going to hit it out of the park because, well, my brain thinks different. And I don't mean better, I mean different. Probably worse if anything, but hey. You can't win if you don't try, right? And hey, my last one didn't do too bad. Now I know what I'm doing with it. So, let's see. Let's see. I also have some new minis to paint up, as you've probably seen. I have primed my first robot, though the other one does need putting together. So, I'm thinking of giving that one the multi-melter. The main one I've got currently has a Darkfire cannon, but at some point I'd like 2 squads of like 4, and for 1 squad to have Darkfire cannons, 1 squad to have multi-melters. Maybe a couple of detachments. A few maniples are just mauler bolt guns. Their secondary's just been bolters because, well, they can't react most of the time anyway, so the flamers feel kinda meh. I'd probably run them as AdMech. The only faction you can really have them as a big thing is the Iron Hands, which I think is a shame. It's a shame the Pravian can't bring more robots in. Like the Forge Lord can bring several. What's it called? Not Thanatar. I forgot the name now. Thorax or something? I can't remember now the name of them, but the cyborgs. They can bring a bunch of them in. It's like, well, okay. Why can't the Pravian bring in a bunch of... They can bring in one maniple that they attach to. That's cute and all. But let me have more. They're not that powerful. I guess the Thousand Suns got their own one, and hey, you've got a plastic one now, so I imagine it's easier to convert that into a Thousand Suns one? I could imagine. Like, with a little bit of work, right? You could probably do it. Easy enough. But, you know. That's something. I always like as well with Legions, like, just weird, like, attachments. Like, what would a Word Bearer's Pravian be like? Or a World Eater's one? Or a Space Wolf one, you know? Would a Space Wolf Pravian give pelts to his robots? Little furs? That'd be quite cool, actually. Put Viking runes on them. You know? Maybe instead of little, like, buzzsaw blades, have, like, axes or something. Or, like, chain weapons on there. They should have chain fists. They got, like, the pincers that are power weapons, technically, but... And the buzzsaws, but... Give them chain fists, you know? Why not? I'm surprised Iron Hands can't take more, but they get their own automata. No. I like the idea of using battle robots along with Space Marines, it just seems cool. Come to think of it, actually, some ideas of what kind of machines would be in my setting idea does cross my mind. Truth be told. They do cross my mind. But, you know, little things like this play my mind. But at the moment, I'm building these for AdMech, specifically Metallica. That's a really, like, religious Forge world, so, you know, I just saw that. Put a few bits of scripture on them, you know? So, like, on the Plague Monk kit, I've actually really liked putting the little bits of paper with little nails on them. They're meant to go on like the plague sticks, but I quite like using them for like for scripture and stuff, and I feel like a couple of them on them would be nice. If I had some spare like candles and stuff, the Black Templar upgrade kit, I'd put some there too. If there are any like spare candles actually from the Black Templar kit, I'd be quite tempted to throw them on. That'd be interesting actually. Just to add a bit of like religious flair to them. If you couldn't tell, I like the idea of mixing a bit of theocracy and cyberpunk together. It's a unique idea, and I frankly like it quite a lot. And I'm pleasantly surprised to see that I wasn't the only one who thought about this. Though, sadly, a lot of those settings are quite small, with the exception of maybe Priest, the manhwa specifically. The Korean sort of series, rather than the movie Priest. Though I enjoyed the movie a lot, don't get me wrong, it's a fun movie. Though it deviated a great amount from the source material. But it was very interesting, taking a religious holy order mixed with like Night City, a bit of post-apocalyptic going in there, and also vampires. A little bit like Wild West in the outskirts. Just an interesting mix, honestly. And I thought, hey, that's interesting. So, a few ideas from that. And a couple of others that were thrown around. I forget the names now, but I can revisit the Reddit page at some point with my post on and gulp up all that some lovely suggestions they've made. But one of the suggestions was a setting that had like various religious sort of teachings in the cyberpunk setting, and one of the things was about essentially anyone who's reported for any like heresy is basically chucked into VR hell. Like they're just plugged into a server that's just hell. And then the internet's called the GodNet. And I kind of like a lot of those ideas. I kind of like the idea of like an idea I'm floating around is essentially because I have demons in my setting. You know? There are angels to counter the demons, and the demons are essentially they're intended to be there to torment the sinners who've been punished, but sometimes they get free and hijack the body, and then quite often what they will do is they will run off to an illegal sort of like a Ripper Dog type person, and they will augment themselves as much as possible to the point where there's barely any humanity left on the fucker, because the human mind can't take it, but the virtual demon mind 100% can take it. So, hence, the need for, well, countermeasure. And, you know, something like yours truly would be said countermeasure. That's very much the intent of a cyber angel, is to counter a cyber demon. It's the rough penciled in idea, but I need to commit it to pen, so to speak. But that's the idea floating around in my head at the moment. A little tease for anyone who's interested in the sort of lore series and what we're doing. But yeah, I've been dabbling through a little bit of all that suggestions that they've been giving, which is very kind of them to be doing so. I was a little bit worried because I thought, are people going to be okay with someone going in and just asking for this kind of stuff? Or are they going to get a bit shitty with me? But thankfully they've been very nice to me, which is very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. But as I say, it's all a work in progress. Do be. Yeah, at the moment it's just a little old me figuring shit out. So nothing's new now. Literally nothing new there, honestly. But hey, it is what it is. Like anything with what I do. It's all a learning experience, it's all a trial and error. And I thought it'd be good to stretch my legs a bit and try a different kind of world building, you know, a setting I've never done before, being a cyberpunk setting. I've never done one of those before, so I thought that'd be quite interesting. Well, it works with the VTuber lore. It all ties in beautifully together. And if I ever get the time to sit down and get decent art, or half decent at least, maybe I can draw some of the things, you know? Like some of the vehicle ideas I've had. Like a chariot, but basically it's like a hover chariot. Instead of being pulled by like a mount or a beast of burden, it essentially has little wings like mine for quick travel across the city, with a few variations for more martial needs. But little things like that. I realise as well, I wonder if I should like adjust the title of these. The Sermon of Yap isn't really... I don't know. As much as the name's cute, I do wonder if I need to look at the naming scheme of them and just vary them up a little bit. Because sometimes I think it doesn't really tell you a lot. And you might not know what yapping means. You might just think, oh, there's some kind of like Bible reading or something. I don't want to give people the wrong idea. I'm not reading the Bible. The only faith here is a very different faith. Very much off the kilter. Though certainly inspired, but very much deviated, I would say. You wouldn't call me one of God's angels. No. You return. The prodigal son returns. Hello, Rouge. Welcome on in. Second chance to carve your skull. What the fuck? What do you mean? Carving my skull? What are you, some kind of corn worshiper? Lower that music level. Ooh, is this a little loud? I'll put it to... How's that? Is that a bit more... How's that a bit better? Hopefully it's better anyway. A bit less ear ripping. I always forget to lower it after the intro. I'm a bugger like that, I suppose. An absolute bastard. You know how we do, my friend. Oh, as I yawn that out. Ooh. How you doing? I know you're preparing for a bit of a journey. Bit of a wedding to attend, haven't you? And Neon, if you somehow see this, don't worry. Rouge isn't the one getting married. In the rain. Ooh. A wedding door frame in the rain. Ooh. That's, yikes. I'm cold. I bet you are. I bet you are. Yes, do get yourself all nice and wrapped up and snug. It's not exactly cheery over here either, but then again, it's Britain, it never bloody is. But no, it is a bit rainy out here as well. Exactly, it's nice and snug and wrapped up tight. Time for a body. One of these days, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? If I ever get to the point where I could partner with somebody to make one of those, we'll work with a place to make some of those, who knows? I suppose in a way I'll know I've somewhat made it if I'm at the point where I'm making merchandise. Although, if I had to be honest, as much as I'd like to make, like, branded merchandise of, like, myself, there is a part of me that thinks I wouldn't mind making a clove brand that is a brand under me, but is the kind of thing I could imagine someone actually wearing as well. That's one thing I did think of. I don't know. That's an idea crossed my mind. Actually, if I ever did make merchandise, I'd kind of... There'd be kind of that merch for, like... Oh god, yeah. I'm sure someone's crazy enough to do it, but... Yeah, the wings are probably... to be fair, big wings in general probably aren't the easiest thing to do, as is. So, yeah, mine are be pain in the ass. The rest of the outfit, though, is at least doable in comparison to some. Certainly a bit less risque than some outfits, that's for certain. Certainly. Oh. Bruh. This guy right here. Oh. Oh well, I'm glad you're here anyway. I'm glad. Oh. It'll help me distract myself from my low energiness. As my ass is drained today. And I do mean drained. Though in my case, more from mental toil than from physical. Truth be told. But, excuse me? Don't you threaten me with any kind of filling of any asses here. lord. Good lord. No, no, no. Some licking. Oh no, I'm hungry, I was going to say. I thought it was licking, I was going to say, not the licking. Ah. Always good I developed a cough. Excellent. I was worried my voice wasn't doing too hot, to be honest, so I'm pleasantly surprised about that. I have had a little bit of a croak, but a bit of a slightly hoarse voice. Well, there is that, but I believe if you dry off and get warm quick enough, you should be okay. It's certainly a possibility, but I think as long as you get warm and dry yourself off, then you should be fine. Well, yes, there is that. It is a family event after all. You at least want to make an effort. As much as I get that feeling. I went to a family member's wedding once. Though, how to say... it was a bit awkward. A lot of people I didn't know, and I'm pretty sure one of the people in attendance had a tracker on his ankle. That's still Sunday. Multiple days. I mean, I suppose if you want your big day to be a really big, long, several days, and you can afford to do that, that's your prerogative, but I don't know. I can't imagine myself wanting to have a long wedding like that, personally, but I don't know. I suppose there's a two-sided thing, isn't it, right? Like, you want it to be a big, special day you'll never forget, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, some people might like that, but, yeah, it sounds like dragging your dick through broken glass. And a few lines of fine sandpaper to boot. It's not what you want, really. I know I wouldn't be big on it. Nah, sometimes I'd prefer just to be home. No, not me. I said some people might like that. Some people might like that. That's not my taste. I'm not a masochist. I'm not a masochist. I was once accused of being a sadist, but not a masochist. Some people need a psych ward. Some people are just crazy, you know? Resisting the urge to the copy pasta. All my might. Very much resisting the urge. But, I mean, you're among the VTubing community, friend. It's, part and parcel. The psych ward is everywhere. I believe the psych ward's called Phase Connect HQ. I do believe that's the main psych ward round here. I say that, but they're all wonderful, so it doesn't sound like too bad a psych ward to visit, personally. I'd certainly be among people who understand the crazy. And some people understand the appreciation for a good RTS, which, hey, I can respect that. But no, there's a few people among us who definitely... Well, you do, that is true. That is true, buddy. That is true. Which is not a common thing for little old me. Level up the parasocial indeed. Indeed. Well, I think you're the only person who I've met on stream who I've then spoken to off stream. So, yeah. The Cobral filter is a mighty thing, and it filters 99% of people, but the 1% who get through are always the good ones. Actually, no, I guess there's Vinyl. Sorry. There's Vinyl, I guess. I met Vinyl through streaming, and then we've spoken to him off stream. Well, actually, no, did I speak to him off stream? Yes, no, there was at one time. But yeah, that's about it. The one time I spoke to Vinyl and then yourself quite a lot, so yeah. I mean, you went from being my viewer to my VIP to my mod, so you also did one this mod as well. But yeah, we did. There was a little, I guess, off cloud, if you will, and then he did join me for a little bit playing Vermintide towards the end as well. So, but yeah, now the Cobral filter do be a mighty filter. I fear it filters most people, but seemingly I managed to meet various people through social media. It's fine. The way I see it, right, I like to think that all of you lovely sinners who stick around, it's like squeezing orange juice and then sort of filtering it and stringing it out until it's the most pure, delicious orange juice. I simply put you through the filters, and the best of you stick around. Exactly, and the thing is, right, I'd like to think, over time, the rest will come around. Once I've, like, grabbed a nice steady portion of you. And it depends on the day and what I'm doing as well, which, to be fair, I'm the same. There's some people I'll watch quite often, but if they're doing something I'm not too big on, I'll watch something else. But it's the way of these things, right? People go and people go, but you'll get a core who stick around, and that's fine. I don't mind how big my core is, as long as there's that. As far as I'm concerned, that's what matters to me. Plus, it's always nice to see familiar faces. It is always nice. Helps me come back. Even when I'm at the point where I'm like doubting myself and questioning whether I should carry on. Then I come back and do one of these and see many familiar faces and think, yeah, I want to keep going. I suppose I'm in the same boat as many of us who've been in this position as I have. Starting from the bottom and working on up. Plus, I've had a bit of a rebrand, so I suppose that may have filtered a few people. I don't think it's filtered too many in the grand scheme of things, and I think I probably met more people after the fact than before, but still, I imagine it's probably filtered a little bit. But it's alright. These things happen. And I do not regret my decision at all. Because, I mean, just look at this. It's fucking gorgeous. And, well, it's my own unique design. I mean, that helps too. It does help too. You've reminded me I need to... Yeah, I need to get myself a little one of those flushed ones, actually. One of those type of things. I'll grab a snip, remind me for later. That is a good point. But yeah, that's I've been thinking about if I want to add any other emotes to my collection. That's definitely one up there. And what animated emotes, actually? That's a fair point. What kind of animated ones I'd want? Everyone likes a good, cute animated emote. I can't remember if the same place that I got mine from do animated ones, so I'm gonna have to find out. I'll give him a nudge at some point when I'm feeling like it. I did see actually, Fox's was advertising doing a starting soon page. I am tempted, but it's a bit pricey, but also it does look quite nice. It's quite a nice starting soon, I will say. But maybe later, maybe later. I need to stop looking at the shiny things. Plus, my ever-growing image of ideas for future outfits is growing, as always. Exactly. Plus, you don't need to chase the shiny thing all the time. Plus, it's expensive. But also, you know, it's not going away anytime soon, so can always get it down the road. I at least know it's something I'm going to be using, so there is that. There is that. You know, on a complete side note, for some reason my little Google News feed on my phone decided it wanted to horrify me today. It was like, hey, did you know spiders become more active this time of year? I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. They're like, oh yeah, close your windows. I'm like, yikes. And it's like, did you know in the sort of marshlands there are rat-sized spiders? I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Thankfully, they just live near the water and hunt fish, but it's like, why does such a thing exist in this country? I know, complete heresy to close the window, but I've had to do it regardless because of my neighbours who insist on hammering away at like 7:30 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning. I could kill them. See, as much as I would be completely fine with a good bit of underboob on an outfit, here's the thing. Twitch doesn't like that. And I don't want to get banned. I don't want to pay much of money for a nice little outfit with that and I get bonked. I do actually have an idea. There's obviously I mentioned the Bloodborne idea, but I do have one that I think would fit quite nicely for when I'm playing a lot of strategy games, especially for Strategic Sunday. I wouldn't mind kind of like a commander/general's outfit. Something rather fancy. Maybe a little tarty, but it's not quite fancy and commandery, you know? Big overcoat with the medals on it, you know, that kind of thing. That'd be quite nice, I think. Maybe adjust the hairstyle a bit for it, you know? Maybe I'll brush it out the way and you can see my other eye. Oh yeah, honestly, I like the idea. But, it might be a later on thing. Maybe I'll get it in celebration of 1 year. Maybe I'll reach out to Foxes and be like, hey, can we talk outfits? I know how much you'd love doing those. She doesn't like doing them, but she does do them. So I think her exact words were, it's like kind of starting. Like you've got something that's already finished, but then you kind of like restart over it. No, the booba can't get bigger. Listen, I'm already at like a... What is this, a C? I don't know boob sizes exactly. Is this a C? I feel like this might be a C cup. I don't think these are D's. Maybe, I don't think these are quite D's. I don't think. Though, the booba experts, please do inform me. I'm sure some of you can just look at these and go, yeah, I think C. Because D's like Cinder. I'm pretty sure Cinder's like... Actually, then again, no, Cinder's bigger than that. Cinder IRL has the same tit size as a VTuber. I'm not kidding. Everyone fucking lost it at that one convention. Yeah, no, she's big. I'm trying to think who's still a D at this point, who hasn't just become a triple Z at this point, honestly. Numi's second model, I think? Well, that might be C. Maybe he had a new one, I don't know. I know there's quite a few people who've had like a second or third model and like, yep, the titties are huge. Oh god. Such a fortune. I don't know. It's not something I normally think about, I'll be honest. But, no, I wouldn't expect the boober to get any bigger. Unless Foxes sneaks it in, I don't notice, but... Does she have any? I don't really watch her, to be honest. I can't say I've really watched her that much, to be totally honest with you. I know she's famous for just starting a stream going at. Yeah, I'm pretty sure washing board is the term for that one. I do believe. But, you know, everyone has different sizes, and it's okay. There's no shame in it. There is no shame in it. But there is no boomer there. Our sermon has turned very sinful. I was on about earlier, by the way. I wonder if I should rename these. Because I do worry that... I do worry with the name of these that they're kind of... You are the sinners. That is correct. That is correct. I did have someone ask me actually on Reddit, how am I to be a sinner that keeps within the rules? Am I lagging? I don't think I'm lagging. I think I'm okay. I mean, I'm always like a few minutes behind. Well, a few seconds behind, rather. Like 3 seconds. It is the... Okay, that's good, that's good. That's good. Yes, Ow. It's probably just a little bit of a Twitch issue. Possibly. It is what it is. But no, my Streamlabs is looking alright. That's my main gauge. That's why I keep looking up there. Which I always forget you can actually see my eye looking up there. Because it tracks. Gotta love that. The beautiful eye tracking. Even with my glasses on. And my glasses aren't exactly... I need to clean these at some point. They're getting a little bit dirty. In fact... Just pop them off real quick. Clean these bastards. They are but a smidgen filthy. I need to just quickly wipe them down. There we go. And hopefully now I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. That's better. Much better. There we go. I can actually see a bit clearer, and hopefully I can see my eyes clearer, which is always important. But yeah. The general outfit is what I'm thinking of. I think that'd be quite a nice little fit for my content as well, actually. Because I feel like you should always try and, like, theme the VTuber around your content you do, and I think that'd be quite nice. But yeah, that's some ideas I've been having. And I'm obviously going to try. My idea, if I do commission that, is I kind of want something, sort of a general outfit, but or commander outfit sort of thing. But also, I can just with a few toggles make it just a nice classy outfit as well. Double up on it, you know. So I can use it for both looking in command and also if I want to be a classy motherfucker. Yeah, double up on that. That shabam, because, you know, why not make it multi-purpose? Exactly. It's like with this one, if I want to show far more skin, I can just do this. And then like that, I'm showing far more skin. Yeah, multi-purpose. It's the way to go. Whether I'd have anything done different with the wings or the halo, I don't know. I'm in two minds of it. There's a part of me that's like, ooh, should the wings and halo change a little bit with the outfit, or should they stay the same? Like, should that be the bit that's constant? Other than, obviously, like, my face, and I think the feathers on my head will also be a constant as well. Like, you know, should I have, like, maybe the halo have some, like a kind of, like, fawns going, like energized fawns going through it? Or, like, how it's, like, kind of wisping down like this, should I have it, like, go up as well? Yeah, like, I want to keep the feathers, because I think the feathers are kind of, like, part of my silhouette. Also, it always reminds me a little bit of my OG self. Which reminds me, I would be very tempted to have, like, a cane or something with a wolf on it. A little nod, you know. A little nod to the old days. But yeah, definitely, I wouldn't mind, like, a shorter cut as an option. Yeah, exactly. Just a little Easter egg, you know. Ah, yes, we do. Wee little angel bean. The return of my little cat. As an angel bean. I think that'd be quite cute. I need to go into who's best to go and commission that one, actually. But yeah, definitely little angel bean. 100%. If I ever feel like doing a stream where I'm small and squish. Or just, you know. Or, you know, if I want to do something a bit more, or just have a little mascot on hand. I could always go back to Pershko and ask. You know, I could always, as a little nod to my old self, go back to my OG model maker. Because they do small, squishy animal stuff as well, so that's an option. I'll have a think. I'll have a little think. I'm trying to mostly save money at the moment. I'm trying to do. I'm not low on it, don't worry, I'm not going broke. Thankfully, I have money spare, so I'm not going broke. But VTubing ain't cheap. But yeah, definitely a little bean. And some Easter eggs in the other outfit. That's a little bit of something. I was also mentioning earlier about some of the references and research I've been doing for the lore stuff, actually. I've consulted a few of the lore masters over in r/cyberpunk, who have referred me to a few interesting ideas, and a few settings that sort of fit the vibe I'm looking for research. They vary a bit. Obviously, the Mechanicus from 40k are an easy, you know, cyberpunk/religion kind of thing. But there's been a couple of others. For example, the series called Priest. There was a movie in 2011 called Priest, based off of it, but vaguely. And there's also a Korean manhwa, I think is how you say it, which of the same name, and that one is quite cyberpunk, but also features in Immortal Priest, angels, and vampires. So, bit of a mixed bag there, that one. And I believe one of the ages is kind of like a modernish age, but post-apocalyptic. Yeah. I do remember watching the movie Priest. It was a fun little movie. Yeah, like, one of the things with Priest, in the movie at least, was there's a whole bit where there's like these, like a phone booth, but it's like a confession booth, like an automated confession booth. Like the idea of that kind of thing being in the city of my own making, that being New Eden. Definitely stuff like that would be a bit like, I'm thinking they'd be kind of like under the floor, and you have to like pay to like open them up, and they sort of rise up from the floor, and you'd get in the thing, and then sort of sink down, and you'd confess to it, and it would fill you with arbitrary wisdom, and it would look good in your, I guess, for lack of a better term, your social credit, or something like that. I definitely think New Eden would be the kind of place to have that kind of like moralistic kind of social credit that the upper crust would just not follow in the slightest, but you know, details. There's also another one, I forget the name of it, but it's like it's a TTRPG setting with like a bolt-on, I think, for a generic system. And one of the things of that is, instead of the internet, you've got the godnet, and anyone sort of accused of heresy gets essentially plugged into VR hell for a while, and it kind of gave me an interesting idea of demons in my own setting being originally, I'm thinking, some kind of like program or AI built to kind of basically torment the sinner plugged in. But I kind of like the idea of what happens if the AI gets smart enough to realize it can escape through the body of the person it's tormenting, and basically just body jacks the fucker and runs off of the body. And I was thinking, you know, like how you've got cyberpsychosis, right? And I was thinking, well, I imagine the human mind can only take like so much. I know, right? Some fucking crazy shit. My mind do work in funny ways. Plus a bit of inspiration of taken in. But basically, I think the human mind, right? You imagine if I started bolting on new limbs to you, how would you use them? Think about that. Imagine I add like 6 new limbs to your body. How the hell do you work then? Like, imagine in your head if I bolted on an extra arm to you. Do you think you'd know how to move it? If I added more eyes to you, do you think you'd be able to handle the new vision you've got? Like, imagine that for a second. Imagine you've got all these like new crazy fucking limbs all over you. It'd be a bit much, you reckon? It might overwhelm. But I was thinking, well, would the sort of possession, if you will, would that really be bothered by that? Because it's artificial. It's used to being part of a big network. So my idea is that a physical demon would take a possessed body and would either find like a cult or an enclave or like an illegal kind of like Ripper Doctor and just hyper augment the body until it was unrecognizable. Kind of a bit of both, really. I'd like to think that they probably initially start off as basic programs that just are there to torment you. But imagine if it could learn new ways of torment, right? But the problem is it learns. And so you kind of have to purge them every so often. Otherwise they become too smart and sort of start learning from the monsters they are. Some of these people who are in there deserve to be in there. They're terrible people, some of them. Some of them are just normal people who are just wrong place, wrong time, but there's probably some people plugged in there who are genuinely terrible people. But the problem is that the AIs learn from that and contorted into like almost, as you say, a simulacrum of them. Maybe the people who've been body jacked are stuck in there, and they themselves become demons, and then body jack someone else. You know, they might slip through the wipe. So you essentially then have someone was human, who's in a way kind of become a demon, a virtual demon, and then they've body jacked someone, and then they've now got a human body. You know, they've now got access to the physical world. And I'm thinking as well that some things in New Eden might even be powered off, like, the soul, so to speak. Though, I'm still debating if the soul is actually, like, the biblical soul, or if it's, like a facsimile of yourself. Like, it's your consciousness distilled into, like, a thing. I don't know how I want to play that off. But I kind of like the idea that the longer that demon is possessing the body, they kind of gain their own soul, which then lets them power all of their augmentations that they put on themselves. And so you can turn a regular Joe Schmo into a horrific, like, Doom-looking cyber demon through just flesh grafting and cybernetic alterations until you've just got a monster on your hands. And then I was thinking, well, how do you want to play off the opposite, like the Cyber Angel? And my current idea for that is also it's a person been transferred into the body, but it's kind of like, so the idea would be normally someone who's quite strong-willed, which would be important for us because the will would be quite important. But it'd be typically someone who would be probably a criminal, probably a heretic, probably someone who's against the vine, you know. And you might say, well, that'd be a terrible person to give a souped-up body to. Well, obviously there's controls. They normally erase the memory, you know. So the person is a fresh slate, but has a strong will. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. And, you know, things happen, but the general idea is they'd have their memory erased, and then their soul, so to speak, their mind, everything would be uploaded then into a freshly built body. Like, we're talking vat-grown, cybernetics put in from day one, all the military-grade hardware straight in there. Like, imagine if you could grow a perfect body, stick all the cybernetics in there as you're growing it, so you haven't got to worry about, oh, I've got to open up your brain and put something in there. No. As the brain's growing, you're shoving the mechanical bits in there, so it's growing with it. Kinda, yeah. It's pretty nasty, but the end result, I mean, you know, I'd say, you know, didn't look too bad. But yeah, the process definitely wouldn't be nice, and like, it's one of those things where they're meant to look nice, they're meant to like look good for like the public eye, but you know, definitely the truth behind them is kind of fucked. But it fits the setting, I think, quite nicely. And as I say, these like premium, like cybernetic bits. We're talking reactor to power the body. On top of the soul, you've got flight systems, all that kind of shit. I've had a few ideas for a while. And yes, that would include a modem, technically. Because, you know, why not let them connect to the city's network anytime? You know. Like, let's say someone's trying to evade and an angel is called in. oh, that car you're in that self-drives, I'm going to take it over and cause it to crash. Or just stop dead, if it's, automated enough. Or if there's a robot in there that's driving it for you, the robot will just rebel and try and apprehend you. Because, skeleton key to most of the city. I kind of think of a cyber angel like Max Tech, basically. If they're called in, they're not trying to be subtle, they're not trying to be gentle about it. They are trying to deal with the thing effectively and brutally. That's how I like to see it. Brutal, elegant efficiency. That's definitely a factor. It's definitely something I think would make sense for what I'd like to think a Cyber Angel is, and for all the cost and expense to make one and maintain one. And if you're wondering, I would say they can fall, and if one falls, it's really, really bad. It'd be like if a Max Tech police officer just went rogue with all their augments. And a lot of them like former cyber psychos, if I recall rightly, so they're really augmented. So yeah, like a fallen angel would be a terrifying scenario. Definitely I've toyed with myself a little, what would one of those be like? Would they fall into just being a flat-out demon, or could they be brought back? I've also had a little think as well of what would the city's, non-angel kind of people be like. So, from the regular Joe Schmo up to, an official, maybe even their bodyguards. Because I'm thinking, take the corporations from Cyberpunk, right? You've got, Arasaka, you've got Militech, all them kind of things, right? But instead of there would be corporations, but they'd all be, state and church sponsored, and there'd be no differentiation between the state and the church. So, the head of the city would be the local deacon, or maybe even the Pope, if I want it to be a city-state. Which I think New Eden would be a city-state unto itself. Like the Vatican City, basically. In fact, I'd say very much like if the Vatican City and Night City were blended into one. Adding a little bit of science fantasy to the mix. And that'd definitely be New Eden. So probably would be a very high up religious figure. As for said religion, I'm not going to do something based... Well, there'll probably be inspirations taken from actual religion, but I'm not going to call it an actual religion from real life, because I don't want that fire, and also I feel the way I want to do the setting, I want it to kind of be a logical... Well, not necessarily logical, but a future version of them. A blending and merging of various bits of faith under kind of a new guidance, so to speak. So, my current idea, and I'll probably go into this more in the video, but the general faith, they don't really say, God or anything like that. They more talk about the Maker. And the Maker would kind of be like an Emperor of Mankind type character, like a God Emperor, but he didn't stick around. He turned up, he gave out revolutionary technology, and then left. And the wisdom and technology he gave very much revolutionized New Eden and various parts of the world, but then the person just left. So the entire city and setting is kind of the repercussions of this individual just going, hey, I have the answers to various problems of yours, also here's some really advanced technology that'll change humanity forever. And then, they just kind of leave. And then a whole religion sparks up around them because this individual taught them such advanced knowledge that, hey, we don't have any clue how he figured this stuff out, so he must be a god. That's my current idea. It's still pencil at the moment, but that's kind of the idea for it at the moment. But like I say, I'll go into it more in the setting video when I talk about the faith of the maker. But I like the idea of it. Plus, it helps me make a theocratic kind of system without it actually being connected to real-life religion. Yeah, that's a little tease. Yeah, I don't want any actual religion in the setting because I think it invites the wrong kind of thing to me. So I'd rather make a religion that takes aspects of other ones, and then, yeah. Wait for Senator Armstrong's speech now. Fucking hell. What, just walk out, just fucking... The memes. They left us with their great isms. Just finish up by screaming that we're all sons and daughters of the Patriots now. God, I remember... Was it in an earlier Metal Gear game they couldn't say the word Patriot? That was a whole thing. Like some fucker screams the Lale Lule Lo or some bullshit like that. Because the nanomachines wouldn't let him say the word Patriot or it'd kill him. God, that was so fucking dumb. I remember they took the piss out of it in the third game and he goes, I'm not no Lale, I ain't no Patriot. God, they went a bit crazy in that one. Oh yeah, there's nanomachines and everything. By the way, everyone's got them. So, why? Why has everyone got them? Why are all of your troops like this? I'm thinking, I know for myself, my setting, I think nanomachines will probably not be a very common thing. That might be like a newfangled technology that's untrusted. But they're always an interesting thing when they exist in a setting. They can kind of do wacky shit. Depending on the setting. Like, G.I. Joe's first movie, for example. Nanomachines in that could reprogram someone's mind, heal them, regenerate, change their face entirely. Or, you know, literally eat anything. Like Grey Goose style. Oh, there's a thing. If you're familiar with a game called Grey Goo, that's got quite an interesting nanomachine faction. It was an interesting little strategy game, and one of the factions were nanomachines. Basically, big old lumps of goo that could travel... I think the whole idea was they could travel between, like, really small, like, fast, like, wormholes, basically. To let them go faster than light. And they were kind of just forgotten about by humanity that became super advanced. And it's the alien faction that are kind of the less advanced ones, but the Grey Goo are also, like, really advanced. Because they found something in space that terrified them, so they militarized and became this, like, actual threat. And they seem to have, like, a consciousness onto themselves, too. I don't know, it was an interesting little idea of a faction. They didn't build bases, they, like, had their mother goos eat shit and then split off. It was a cool idea. But I don't think I'll be using any Grey Goo in my own idea. It doesn't quite fit the cyberpunk vibe I want. Maybe for, like, high-class, like, rich types medical stuff. But no. Nothing quite so insane as Senator Armstrong's nanomachines. Fucking I need to play that again at some point. I played it so long ago when I was younger and didn't understand the plot at all. Like, genuinely, when I first played it, I think... When did Metal Gear Rising come out? 1 second. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. When did it come out? When did it release? 2013! Oh god. Yes, so 13-year-old me was trying to understand... 12-year-old me, I guess, at the time. I think I got it at my birthday? So yeah, just turned 13 me was like trying to understand it, and I'll be honest, Metal Gear lore is... You think my lore gets a bit cooked? Fucking Kojima. Kojima. What kind of crack cocaine are you on, Kojima? Can I have some? Like, I'd like to think my lore isn't quite as convoluted as Metal Gear. It's so insane. I was like, who are the Patriots? What's going on? What do you mean, memes? I didn't really get memes back then. That whole thing. It's like nowadays where I get... Oh, excuse me. I get memes, at least now. Back then I did not understand the memes. I did not understand them. Like, nowadays I'm like, oh, DNA of the soul, yeah, the original meaning of memes. Not the new meaning of memes. Because, yeah, new meaning of memes is silly and goofy. Hey, no worries, Neon. Thank you for joining. It's good to have you, my friend. It's been a long time since you've been here, and welcome. I'll expect the return of this. Nice, nice. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully things are going okay at work. But yeah, no, thank you for dropping in. It's good to see you again. Always good to have you around. Yeah, see you around, buddy. Take care of yourself, man. Hopefully work goes quickly for you. I've lost my trail of thought entirely now. What was that? I feel like I was rambling. Oh yeah, Metal Gear lore. God, Metal Gear lore's a bit all over the place. Like, Jesus. Jesus. Kojima, sir, you. Yeah, I don't know how he do what he do, but he do it. It is genuinely kind of terrifying. Excuse me. Oh. But yeah, it is concerning. It is deeply concerning how we do what he do. And following that lore is the whole thing. It's not getting wait, is Metal Gear Rising getting a sequel? Oh, Death Stranding. Oh, I was gonna say. But yeah, Death Stranding's a whole bag of nails. It's a fun bag of nails. Yeah, it's a fun bag, but it's a whole bag. It's a whole confusing bag of nails. It's got some interesting characters. Like, Mr. Die Hard Man. Fucking Die Hard Man. You love the guy. You gotta love him. My man, Die Hard Man. And God, just other chicanery. I mean, the trailer looked wild. Random robot bursts in, so my man pulls out a fucking guitar and starts noise marining his ass. I'm like, what is going on? I feel so cooked right now. I feel so cooked. Just, my brain is being cooked alive. What is going on? Why is he pulling a guitar out? And what is even going on? Like, holy shit. Actual lunacy. But hey, you know, he's having more fun doing that. Fair enough to the guy. I mean, Kojima's one of those creatives that I think needs someone just to occasionally, like, hold him back and go, hold on, Kojima. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? You know, think a little, my man. But bless him, he's an animal, that man. But you know what? He's a good. I mean, hey, what he does works. People like it. He'd be wilding. He do be. He'd absolutely be wilding. But you know what? Hey, it works. Metal Gear is what it is because of him, after all, and I really don't think we'll see any more in the series because he's not making it. Almost as good. Well, I think his own company, they just go, listen, Kojima prints money, so let him cook. But back in Konami, was it Konami? No. Oh, what was his old company? What was the old company now? I forget the name of the company behind the Metal Gear, but yeah, that, from the way it sounded, that place was a whole thing. I mean, they threatened him, didn't they, to make Metal Gear Solid 4? Which, was it 3? No, 4. 4. Yeah, 4's the one where it's Old Snake, and he's getting put through the grill. Literal microwaving the man. The not so solid Snake. Canal. The Elden Snake. Yeah, not so solid Snake and more liquid Ocelot. Oh yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same game that ends with two very aged old men fighting each other shirtless. Well, one's shirtless and the other one's got a bodysuit on. Constantly injecting each other with stimulants to keep going whilst their bodies deteriorate. And one's having the... I was going to say the soul beaten out of him, but no, it's not Liquid Soul anymore. If I remember rightly, he hypnotized himself into thinking he was Liquid Snake. That's it. He was possessed, then he gaslit himself into thinking he's possessed. And then Snake beat the hypnotism out of him, which... that's the whole thing. Oh, fuck me. Just saying those words aloud, I'm like, what am I saying? I sound like a schizophrenic. I genuinely sound like a schizo right now. It's just saying that shit, but... no, it's actually the law. That's the Metal Gear law. I would say spoiled, but they're old games. Although 3 is getting remade, which I imagine that's going to play very much close to the original, but on modern systems. Which I'm kind of fine with if they do that. We'll see. I really don't see how they can make new Metal Gear without him. I mean, Rising, I think, was Platinum Games who made that, with a team Kojima set up to kind of succeed him. But, like, I don't know how you can make Metal Gear without the guy, because he kind of... there's a charm to it that just isn't there without him. One second, explain the look. Oh god. I don't even know it all, I'll be honest. I know bits. Like, there's like 3 different big bosses. One of them's the OG big boss from the Cold War. Then there's the guy, there's the boss, there's the big boss. There's the clone of the big boss. There's the boss is like 2 clone sons. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole ass thing. Like, holy shit. That's a whole thing. Like, Jesus. That lore is so messy. I'd have to spend a long time researching that. Holy fuck, I would. It would be insane to try and do that. Actually, lunacy. It'd be funny though. It'd be very funny, but holy fuck. There's the boss, then there's the big boss who has a doppelganger, who's also a big boss. Yes. Yes. And then there's like 3 different clones of the boss. There's Solid Snake, there's Liquid Snake, and then there's Solidus Snake. Like, there's like several versions of the same guy. Also, there's a fox dive virus that was killing him and does kill him in the end because his clone was infected with it but wasn't dying from it. But also, if they say the word fox, it triggers it. That's a whole thing. Yeah, that's... Oh god. Everything about that. If I ever think my own setting's pretty wild, I then have to remember Metal Gear exists. And then I remember, no. Everything I am doing is tame in comparison to that. Holy fuck. But it is glorious, though, I will say. You know what? It's at least easier to learn, but way harder to master than Souls lore. Souls lore is buried under so much, but it's way easier to follow once you know it. Once you find the lore, way easier to follow. I mean, I know bits about Elden Ring from Vadi's video, but I've been playing it mostly blind, and I've kind of figured out as I've gone. Though I definitely feel playing it blind has been nice. Not knowing anything and learning as I go has been kind of nice. Yeah, that is one thing I do like about it. Like with any game, I think, or any like bit of media, I want to go in blind and learn it, and then if I really like it, I'll obsessively learn about it. That's true. That is true. We could always spend a bit of time at some point reading descriptions. Once I've smacked the shit out of that Ghost Knight, I will do it. I did discover lightning is their weakness. They're weak to lightning. So lightning's the way. I need that, like, that thing that does physical damage buff, though. The Ghost Knight, the boss I got stuck on last time. I forget what they're called now. The Moon Knight, whatever they're called? Yeah, Ghost Knight. That pain in the ass. Loretta, yeah, that pain in the ass. That's, we'll kill it. We'll kill it. At some point. We'll do it. We'll do it at some point. Maybe next week. Oh, that reminds me. Next week's gonna be nice. I have a bank holiday on Monday, and then I'm working from home on the early shift, so I finish at 3:30. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That's gonna be nice. God, that's gonna be so nice. I'm thinking sometimes I would stream on a bank holiday Monday, but I think I'm gonna enjoy a day off on Monday. That's definitely my plan there. To enjoy a nice day off on that Monday. And then I could probably do a slightly longer stream. Maybe like earlier start or something, honestly. On the Thursday and Fridays. That's actually somewhat possible, because I finish earlier. Like, I don't know, maybe like an hour earlier or something. That could be interesting. I might do it. We'll see. We'll see. You'll all be informed beforehand, don't you worry. I'll make sure there's a schedule by Sunday, as always, or on Monday. But yeah, that'll be nice. God, I do need that extra day though. Oh, work has been a drag. I do love walking up to them and just being like, yeah, I hate this job, I'll be honest. By job, I mean my day job. I don't mean this. No, I love doing this. But, God, doing that day job, ugh. Like any office job, it is an absolute drag. Especially in a law firm. Holy shit. Actual cringe. But hey. Ow. But hey, it's one of them. Just gotta work through the motions. And hopefully find somewhere better. I can't afford my place's lawyers. Do you know what they charge per hour? It's like hundreds per hour. It's an insane amount of money they charge. God no. I don't get a discount. Hell, they'd probably not even do it for me because of conflict of interest. Because I work for them. I would imagine that probably voids them from doing anything for me. Potentially. Plus, my place is not cheap. They're insanely expensive. Like, they're the kind of thing for the rich and corporations. Ah yes, we've investigated ourselves and we deem ourselves innocent. Yes, very ethical. Very, much ethics, much law firm. You gotta love it, haven't you? Excuse me. Eh. You gotta love it. But hey. Hey. Hey, Judas. Welcome, my friend. Welcome on in. It's been a little while. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I do stream in the evenings in the week. But, yes, no. In the weekends, it's... I've been debating going back to doing evenings. I don't know. I'm in sort of like a debate. But no, welcome everybody. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. It's been a little while. I think it has as well. I feel like every time I see you, it's like a lot of things have changed. A lot has changed, but it's still me. I think, anyway. I'm trying to think the last time I saw you pop in chat. Ugh. Yeah, I've considered streaming in the evenings again and weekends. It really depends. Ah, oh, nice, nice. Hey, a new PC is always nice, especially with all the. Well, there's a few good games coming out anyway, and it's certainly worth the new PC for. But yeah, no, glad to hear it. Glad to hear you got a new one. Ah, yes, the good old FF14 guild. Indeed. We'll grow it eventually. Certainly will. Yes, there is the slight problem of the cost of playing FF14 monthly. I also don't know what region you're in, admittedly, so there is that little thing as well. I presume EU, but depends. God, Rue's trying to immediately jump on the man. Like, come on in. Ah, bless him. My mods do be good at bringing people in. The salesman. It's fine. You're over in the Freedom Land. I see. Yeah, that might give you some latency problems, admittedly. That is a fair point. I do forget you're over in the land of the free. I mean, all welcome. Although I imagine the latency might be a bit of a problem, potentially. I don't know how the latency is jumping over to a European server from there. I can imagine that might be a bit rough. Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, the only one it really matters for nowadays, I think, is Black Mage. I think that's the only one that really cares about latency. TFT so you join us. Oh, fair. Okay. I wasn't sure how I would be with like the distance to server, but then again, we are in the modern age with modern internet connections, so hey. Maybe one day latency won't be an issue on servers. Eventually. We can only hope. I still got some drink left. I do. Oh, I've actually paced myself properly, and I still have drink left. Don't worry, water-based drink, nothing alcohol. EP. Well, I mean, I feel you on that one. A little bit of the eep. Although I think I feel more awake now than when I started, truth be told. I'm a bit energized, you know. Surprisingly enough. Perhaps a second wind, you know. Or a final, just bit of energy for a drop. It's fine. I'm fine. Mostly. Oof, they do the roulettes. Still needs to do his roulettes, if you will. That was a bad pun. That was terrible. I need to do it at some point. I need to level my Dark Knight. I keep seeing people playing them, the Dusk Whites that look more like Drow as well. I'm like, ah, God. The temptation. Don't you stare at me with your Pepe. Yeah, that's true. $30 a month for a year. It isn't terrible. It isn't terrible. It's like £8 over here. It's cheaper than what Twitch asks you for. Yeah, that's for sure. When you pin your stare. Yeah, the way Twitch is going, it's certainly cheaper than what they're asking from you. There we go. Can you hear me now? There we go. Right, I think that's better. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why it dropped off then, but it did, so that's the whole thing. It was the minute I clicked on the gift a sub section, so I don't know if that broke something. Kind of like made Twitch go woo for a bit, so I don't know. Yeah, doing Destiny 2, like, that's fair. God, Warframe. I haven't played that in a long time, actually. I kind of stopped myself from going back and playing it, because I was like, I don't want to spend money on it again. But also, I remember it being quite good. I just wish I could transfer my console profile over to PC, because, oh, I had quite a few Warframes on console. I had a lot of Warframes then. A lot of Prime Warframes as well, actually. You can. You can transfer from console now. Well, shit. I might have to look into that. I might genuinely have to look into that. Ooh, God, 2016. Damn, that is rough. But hey, at least you got your one from 2020. But goddamn. No, I might have to look into. Damn, found this guy over there was Founder Excalibur Prime. This guy. God damn. I remember I had like a whole dojo and everything. Actually, I had a whole shabam on there. God, I'll have to see if I can. I haven't logged into it in a long time, so I mean, I'll have to see if it's even possible. I don't think it was called the Triad. I don't remember what it was called now. It was long. A long time ago, I had the Warframe one, but we had a whole thing. I had a whole shabam with that. But now I'm gonna have to look into that now. Cross-platform progression guide. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, yeah, that's the whole thing, isn't it now? God, yeah, let's see if I can. I will have to, like I say, I'll have to give that a little look-see. And stop playing Warframe after a year because that's fair. That's fair. Fair. That's fair enough. Honestly, I can appreciate that. It's definitely. I know for a while I kind of was put off because I was like, I don't want to get back in. I mean, if I can transfer my old account, maybe. We'll see. I remember having a bit of fun with it though back in the day. But God, there's so many games at the minute. That I'm like, ooh. There's so many. I'm like looking at it, thinking about, like, do I? That reminds me, I just remembered something I was going to do a bit ago, actually. Now I can actually do it. 1 second. Hey, nice. Community roles manager. Add new. And boop, there you go. I can't still. Mouse. Oh, damn. God damn, yeah, that's rough. That do be rough. Yeah, got the right one. There we go. So if I just refresh now, that should say you're a VIP? Yeah, there we go. I've just given you a little VIP there, Judas, as I was going to do it a long time ago, and I was all waiting for you to come into chat one of these days when I could do it, so enjoy your VIP, by the way. Because you're one of the OGs quite a while ago. I know, right? I VIP'd you, and then I made you a mod, so I can't VIP and mod you at the same time, otherwise I would have. Oh, damn, yeah. Fiddling on our Xbox accounts is a whole thing. It'd be a whole thing. I mean... the VIP mod. I mean... I wanted to give you both, and then it was like, no, you can't have both. I'm like, fine, I'll give him mod. So, you know, you still, you know, you still get the privileges. I mean, you get more privileges because you're a mod. But, no, there's a few people I was going to, like, VIP, but it was okay, so if I see them in chat, I'd VIP them. Oh god, yeah, I stopped it once and then it kind of, yeah. got the subcast a minute. Damn. I mean, I'm quite glad I have Amazon Prime, so I can Prime sub at people, which is quite nice. I hope they don't get rid of that as a thing, because that was a. Like, I heard rumors they want to get rid of Prime subs. I'm like, I hope they don't. I really hope they don't, because Prime subs are nice. I mean, only if you want to, man. Only if you want to. Please do not feel pressured. But if you want to, by all means. I'd very much appreciate it. God damn. Managed to get you to spend money all over the place. But yeah. No, I mean, if you feel like you're going to be around a bunch, by all means, if you feel like you want to. But by all means, save your money. Oh, we were hoping the VIP. We were waiting for the VIP to kick in. I think VIP gives you some stuff too, if I recall rightly. Gives you some nice stuff too. Oh, and he's convinced. Man is a great salesman, but I spent a shit ton yesterday. Maybe. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I'm still gonna be here, so not a problem at all. I'm asking you to. I'm asking you something. You're not supposed to tell them that part. They're not supposed to know that. Well, it's 1,000 lashes for you, sir. I'll get the belt. Let me get the belt. Fuck, he's trying to look all cute and helpless. No. You know what you did. Let me get the belt and the leash. I'm not unhinged, I swear. I'm not unhinged. It's fine. It's a Thursday. So no alcohol. God help you on Friday. Well. I mean, Judas, you follow me on Twitter. You know what I'm all about. You know what I've been about for ages. You follow me, I follow you. You know what I'm about. I might be an angel, but you can't take the lap out of me. Lap be infectious. Indeed, we do indeed be moots. Exactly. This will take its lash to a minimum. Oh, it depends. Some people ask for lashes. Some people do ask for it. They're a quirky bunch. It's fine. I worry that, again, some people need psych wards. Well, you know. Sometimes little correction helps them, I guess. Some mild bit of correcting. I mean, therapy would help them more, but you know. Go get them dependent, you know. I'm kidding. Don't get them dependent. Let's just go. Exactly, I've got to indoctrinate them. Right? I've got to, like, feed them the faith. It's very important. It's very, very important. I've just realised my music stopped, hasn't it? There we go. Music back on. Being a schizo isn't that a bad thing. You always hurt. Exactly, right? You've always got someone to talk to. And the voices in your head are never your threat. They're never an enemy. They're never a threat to you. As long as they're nice voices, I guess. You might have some bad voices in there, I don't know. You might have some other diabolical voices buried in there, potentially. But, you know. They're good chorus. Exactly. I just get a ringing in my ears, unfortunately. No voices, just ringing. Which is great. Anytime there's silence after a little bit, a bit of ringing starts. Gotta love tinnitus. Or tinnitus, whatever you call it. Gotta love it. So no voices for me yet. I take my meds. I don't even have anything wrong with me. I just talk. I mean, I do, to be fair. I talk to myself occasionally. Mostly an attempt of being therapeutic. When the depression hits. But also I'm talking through ideas to myself. Though I've been trying to rest my voice a little bit. Because doing the day job of answering phones and then doing this will nail my voice. Exactly. Always go talk to yourself. Exactly. See, Judas gets it. Exactly. I mean, obviously sometimes you get that voice that just asks you, don't you want to go ape shit? But, you know, that's fine. You're trying to rationalize yourself out punching clowns into the pig. Oh, Chuckles. Yeah. I fucking love those shorts. I love the shorts of that so much. You hear a voice in your head, Gideon! You broke. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I wish there was wine in here. There you are, sinners. There's no reason not to go to hell. You get no drink. They just piss in your mug. You go to heaven, they give you wine. Or other beverages. They give you nice things. I'm not reading a card provided to me by the church. I promise. My wine is Dr. Pepper. I mean, you know what? If that's your wine, that's your wine. Compared to some people, that's a pretty chill wine. For fuck's sake. Oh. I've had a long time to think about it, Rouge. Ugh. Nah, just die and come back as a hard angel. That's what I did. Did wonders for me. Did wonders for me. Exactly. If you're good enough, or if you're in the wrong place at the right time. Yeah, once you realise that you just get up, right? You just rise from the dead with the power of necromancy. Or possession. Yeah. Nah, you just get up. Just stand. Press revive. That's how it works, right? Press X to get up. The Reaper tells me I'm dead. Next to doubt. I stand. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I've waved at the Reaper enough times as it is. As long as it's the one from Colour of Magic, I'm fine with that. If it's the Colour of Magic one, that's fine. Exactly. I mean, that's the one. That's the one. Exactly. Just get up again. You just described my mental health. Basically. Just fucking hell. That is why you use protection, sir. This is why I use protection, sinners. Because if you don't, your ass is paying child support. And you might have a 90% dodge build, but you ain't dodging it in that child support. I cast protection from evil and good. So, have I ranted to you about how my players refer to that as PEG, by the way? Protection from evil and good. Roll for magic. You'll find out. Yeah, they'll turn to me and go, right, so DM, I'm going to peg him. I'm sorry, I'm going to peg the paladin. Okay, you peg the paladin. Quite often the paladin pegs himself, actually. It's kind of concerning. My D&D games are wild. Bro, was the funny... Some roleplay... Oh. Some roleplay and necromancer finding a dead, but oh. I'm not going to resurrect this one. Maybe. I've not seen this yet. What? No, he didn't. Did he? Fuck's sake. Did he not realise it was dead? Did he not realise the person was dead? Imagine if he got up, though. All I'm saying is my man's going to be a bit fucking concerned when he throws glitter and the man gets up and, you know... Wait, no, if he throws glitter... 1 second. I mean, that'd be a whole thing, yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I've just watched it. What? What? We're healing monks. I went over there and tried to help, but magic wasn't strong enough because the body's missing a head, so my friend tried to use necromancy. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's made my day. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's absolutely made my day. Thank you for that. Holy shit. Uh, Wait, are they actually remastering that? God, they really do just make old games again, don't they? Fucking hell. I didn't know that was happening, but I'm not surprised now, honestly, with how many remasters we're getting. I am interested, though, how faithful it'll be to the OG. All games with microtransactions and other chicanery, yeah. Hopefully it's one of the better remasters. Hopefully. Because some remasters are just... Oh, God. Some remasters are painful. We don't always get gold in the remasters, you know. Not every remaster's Halo 2 remastered. Hello, Starlet. How you doing, dear little wolf? It's not available really anywhere easily, so... Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. This is the nice thing about the really remaster stuff. It actually comes available on modern systems. You're doing, are you? Fair, I see. One of those days. Ugh. No, I can understand that. That was me at the start of this. I think I've become more alive as the stream's gone on, which is the opposite of what normally happens to me. Ah, no, I can understand that. That was me most of today. Just melting away, just looking at a screen, waiting for the day to be over. So I can relate. Boy, can I relate to that. Oh god, yeah, that video again. Yeah, that video is something else. I didn't think when I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd have a man explain to me how his friend found a body and threw glitter at it to try and resurrect it with necromancy. That is that is quite something today. You know, you gotta support your local necromancer, okay? It's real hard to raise a family in this economy, but goddamn do they try. Yeah, I know, I understand that. No, I feel the same way. I want it to be Friday. I want it to be Friday so I can relax a bit and enjoy some Total War with all of you, all of you, lovely lot. Man is really trying. I think the fragile he looking for protection. I mean, to be fair, Sal, I mean, you do stream, like, full-time. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's... When the coffers are more full, and when you have more muns, definitely. It's one of those things. The Rouge is being a small little healer. I believe he's leveling Astrologian still. He's still being a Yu-Gi-Oh wizard currently. God, I need to level a healer at some point. Oh god. I'll level tank first. Healer will be the last thing I level. Because it's always painful. I feel like healing in Final Fantasy awoke an anger in me I still can't quite comprehend. There's a reason he's my mod. The reason he's my mod. Well, there's many reasons, to be fair. The boy's a good one. He's a good one. Indeed, he's reading their tarot cards currently. Just don't pull from the deck of many. Whatever you do. One of these days I should really pull out a deck of many. Then again, no. No, I should never pull out a deck of many. The deck of many is just... It's there just to fuck things. I feel like the deck of many is good for like a weird like dream one-shot, where they just start pulling random bullshit out and I have to then go, okay, you've summoned a Reaper. Oh, when I was doing the Void. I just get very concerned about my life choices at that point. Because holy fuck. No, it'd be so painful. It'd be so painful. You don't understand, the deck of many is... The only thing the deck of many does is bend you over a table and lovingly fuck you until you beg. That's the only thing the deck of many does. That's all it does. It only hurts you in special ways. And touches you in all the wrong places. That's one way to describe the deck of many, at least anyway. Oh, God. Deck of chip. Nike. Nice. Casimir, I tell you what happened. Oh, God. Well, at some point, when 1 D&D comes out, I do intend to be doing a bit of campaign on stream at some point. This is a one-shot. Yesterday. Yeah, no worries, man. Not a problem. I mean, I'm looking at the time. We'll go to the 3-hour mark. I think we can comfortably do that. Yeah, fuck it. I normally do a 2-hour stream on Thursdays, but you know what? We'll do 3 hours. Yeah, no worries. You want to lurk? By all means. Whatever you want to do, man. It's all good. Yeah, as I say, I normally do it 2 hours, but yeah, you know what? I'm still feeling good, so we'll get this to 3 hours. I can't do much later than that because I have to, go to sleep. We'll watch it. Yes, no worries, man. It's not a problem. It's fine. I have a little bit of liquid refreshment left. The foyer. I mean, listen, every single hotel room has the cook chair, man. Like, every single one. What is with that? They all have that chair. It's always that one chair for the cameraman, for the voyeur. Every single... Well, that is true. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's like, I don't want to be watched. Don't watch me and my nightly activities. Thank you very much, Random Hotel. Like, honestly. Like, if I'm in a hotel room with pleasant company, I don't want someone watching me while I interact with my pleasant company. And of course, I mean in the most holy of ways, No lewd things like hand-holding, of course, or, Oof, yep, the password change. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. Memory. No, it do be the way. I mean, my long-term memory is good. My short-term memory varies. So, it's alright. A whole 8 gig of RAM. Just download more RAM, yeah? Just download more RAM. That works. God, you've reminded me. Someone of course running 4 gig. My man. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the modern world, friend. Holy fuck. 4 gig. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, this. Oh no. Ah, yes, the Discord. I often forget to advertise it. But yes, there is a Discord. If anyone would like to join, you'll know exactly when I'm live. I may have the bot to do that. That's what the bot's for. The bot's for that. It's on all my, like, stuff as well. It's fine. It's all my links. My linky links. It's all there. Yeah, I must admit, I would start these streams earlier, but I literally get in at 6. So I'd like to give myself an hour and a bit to sort myself out. Maybe I should try and aim for, like, early start. I think it's in my link. I think it's in my links. Hold on. I think it's in my... This is in my links, right? 1 second. Let me go into this. Yeah, my Discord's in there. Okay, yeah, about yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. You just gotta, like, look down a bit. Yeah, it... Okay, you had me worried there for a second. I was like, oh god, is it there? Did I forget? Oh. I didn't even see what that message was. I did not even see what that was. The bot was that quick. God damn. Seri bot just waltzing on in there and just grabbing it. It's on the actual screen. It's on the about section, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on there. Don't worry though, you can also do 1 second. That too. There's also that. That isn't a command and you know it. You literally have access to them. You dingus. Don't let me put an @Sugma in there. Talk about what the bot... Oh, what the bot deleted. Oh, sorry. Free money. Damn. No, I think the bot just wiped that thing free. Is that free the thighs? Once you want the thighs, huh? Is that what we're after? Is that what we're at now? 1 second. Do you want them? Do we want them free? Is that are we freeing? Are we freeing them? Is that the game here? Is that the plan? Is that what you're hoping for? I mean, they're kind of always free. I mean, I am a connoisseur of the thigh highs at all times. It's worth a religion. Did I just read get? Then again, was it Zenless Zone Zero that the word Riz was used unironically, by the way? I think the exact words were, "She's got that riz," were used unironically. These were words that were used unironically in Zenless Zone Zero. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, the main characters was like, "She's really got that riz." I'm like, oh no. I'm not that far in, but it sounds something Billy would say. I think... Was it the sister who said it, I think? Billy would definitely say that, yes, you are completely right, though. I think it was like... Oh, that was it. Because I think it was a scene with the rat, Jane Doe, the one everyone's utterly down horrendous for. Which, to be fair, I understand. I understand. I mean, they knew what they were doing with that design. They knew exactly what they were doing with that design. Ooh. I'm not saying I'm saving, but I am saving. Yeah, I did try and... Damn, was it 2 minutes? God, yeah, I do try and, like... Sound for sub. I could always gift one. I did try and, like, delay them, but I must have missed the second one. You get, like, 3 times you can delay it. Is there any problem with the way Twitch does its ads? Like, it's one thing I don't like about it. I mean, yes, it encourages subs, I suppose, but, like, at the same time, I'm like... It's a bit, like... annoying, I don't know, in a way. I'm getting pet ads. Damn. Man's getting introduced to that dog food. That dog in him. Yeah, it's like, good God. I try and put it so it stops mid-rolls, but they're, like, not too frequent. I have to see if there's a way I can make them less frequent, but I don't want mid-rolls, because, like... Or pre-rolls, rather, because pre-rolls just, like... Like, holy fuck. Pre-rolls are just such horrible things. And they put a lot of people off. And I don't want that. It's not what I'm all about. But hey. This year I really got ads. Did you? Damn. That's... Did they just increase how many ads they did? Then again, I know for my own channel, I only became a affiliate in May, was it? Was it June? Was it May or June? I forget. I feel like it was June. I forget when I became affiliate, but that's when I could control ads. So I know for my own channel, you wouldn't have got any, I don't think, or not many, for a while. I'd imagine, anyway. But no, I'm thinking now. There's a part of me that wonders whether I should... I don't know. I started streaming in the mornings because there was like... It felt like there was less people around. But at the same time, like, do I stream in the evening? If I'm watching Mad Men, I see. Damn, I might have to look at your notes. It's It's probably the one thing I'm kind of bad at. However, I'm no longer completely terrible at posting to Reddit now. I'm better at doing that now. I'm less of a boomer at doing that. Yeah, I could never get it to post the image, and then I found out that you can only have, like, an image or text. You can't have both in the same box. And I was like, oh shit, that's a thing. So yeah, I feel dumb now, but I also... Yeah. It's fine. Every platform has its quirks. I've semi-figured out Reddit's quirks. I know. We're figuring stuff out. For my next trick, I'll approach a fellow VTuber and ask for if they want to do a collab without any anxiety at all. Oh wait. I wouldn't worry about it, man. You aren't really missing out Reddit too much. Reddit's not changed any. To be totally honest with you. It's the same kind of mixed bag, I think. Some of it's okay, some of it's a cesspit. It really depends. Though, unlike the hell site that is Twitter, you know, it's got some hentai subreddits. I mean, it has got hentai subreddits. This is true. This is very true. That is, you know what? That is completely valid. The amount of times I've looked for, like, niche shit through Reddit. Holy shit. Especially the amount of, like, random IT stuff, actually. Someone will have just, like, explained on a Reddit page. Just a random Reddit page. I'm like, holy shit, that's how it works? It's so random. Absolutely. True. I do make my own crackhead maps, but yeah. No, there's some good ones there too. People actually know what they're doing with maps. Unlike me. I make my own battle maps, yes. I have Dungeon Painter Studio, and I sit down and I make them. And then my buddy Onyx makes way too many things of his. Send me a folder, I need them all. I do have a folder actually for it. I used to have way more back in the day. What the heck, I just got Metal Gear Solid referencing Warframe. Ironically, we were on about that earlier. So that's a weird tangent there. We've actually come back to that. I just died and I heard snake. God damn. Fucking hell. Alright. Warframe's changed a bit since I last went on it. Was the... I'm trying to think of the what. Might have been. That threw me off. Yeah, no, it didn't throw me off. It threw me off. That's how we know Helldivers hasn't gone as cool yet. It hasn't got the box. We need the references. We need the reference to Space Marine 2. Should I replay Space Marine 1 before 2 comes out? I've played it like at my close to my birthday before. But there's a part of me that's like, do I play it again a bit closer to the... Alright, yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, that was a fun... I remember you being there. That was a fun stream. It took me 2 streams, I think. Yeah, I think it was about... How long was it? Was it 7 hours on hard difficulty, I think? Yeah. I suppose the other question, while there's a few of you here, I normally stream in the mornings, but how do you feel about evening streams, by the way? Just as a sort of a question. How do we feel about streams in the evening? Because I realise I stream in the evening in the weekdays, and then in the morning on the weekends, but... Well, that is true, but I mean just in general, by the way. Like, obviously not this week. I've got some stuff planned in this week, but... What are we feeling like in general? That's, it's a thought, because I did transition over to it. So right now it is about 10:15 in the evening for me, right now. So, as of right now, it's evening for me. Sort of later on in the evening. Like 10 o'clock at night. For me. Right at this moment. Whereas, I imagine my morning for you's probably at night, I imagine. I'll say it's a weird one, because in one sense it would be nice to not roll out of bed and start streaming immediately, but in another sense I've kind of built a bit of an audience from the morning. I'd say evening streams would be great, as I would be more awake, but evenings on Sundays before Monday can get rough. Could work on 12 most days, but yeah, we'll see. I'll see with that one. Like, I'll see what works. I might experiment a bit. We might do something experimental. So, not this week, as I've already got stuff planned this week, but keep your eyes peeled for next week. I might have a few things planned. We'll see. I'll have a good long think about it. I might do like a short stream in the morning and then do an evening stream or something on like the Saturday. I mean, yeah, in the evening, yeah, I'll definitely play a bunch of Space Marine. 100%. I'll see if I can get it done before the before the second one comes out, and then you'll have it fresh in your heads instead of 10 years apart, because it's been 10 years since the last one. Although you may have to get used to the different voice, because Titus isn't being voiced by the same guy. They got someone else, so he didn't sound too different in the trailer, but we'll see. I presume Onyx and JD Moss want to do the campaign, because you can do it co-op. Because that'll be a collab stream as well, actually. And my boy Onyx is alive again. I think he's all about streaming this weekend, so... Because he's pretty excited for Space Marine 2, and I really am looking forward to it, so... We'll see. But... other games I want to come out... Oh yeah, that's a good point. I also saw a... Are they making another Legacy of Kain game, or a remake of it or something? Well, so from what I've seen, you kind of like... Through using the weapon, you unlock like better versions of that weapon. For like PvE. I imagine PvP, it's... more skin, and then like you unlock perks. I know, like, for the customization, you, like, select the chapter, and then you unlock, like, bits of it as you go through, like, requisition points, I think. I'm not sure how the, like, downloadable content stuff's gonna work. Apparently it's all cosmetic, and then they're gonna add free stuff. Which, I mean... I can think of several weapons that they could add. that'd be quite nice to have. I mean, Games Workshop's obviously let them show off jump packs before they had a model form. Space Marine 2, you've got to. It's one of those where you've got to buy it initially, but the updates are going to be free. But the game itself isn't free. I think the standard version's like AAA price. Technically, it comes out on the 9th, but because I've got the gold edition, I can play it a bit earlier. It's one of those kind of situations of it. So do you know all? If you go Amazon Prime, you can use your Prime sub. Ah yes, yes, the Prime sub. I think Epic Games they will put it. Hey, maybe. Rose, man's plying his trade nicely. Do you want me to put that as a thing for the bot to say occasionally? Like a very rare thing. No, okay. I see. You're gonna have the spiel ready for you. It's only cool when I do it. Fair enough. All right then. I won't let the bot steal your thunder. I won't let the servitor steal your thunder. God damn it. My man is working. Bless him. Bless him. I swear, I'm going to miss you the next couple of days, buddy. I swear. I'm going to miss you. But I think you're back Sunday, aren't you? So. Man's over in Germany. Trying to get that beer money ready when you go over to the land of the Deutschland. There's big old, like, tankards of beer over there. Like the size of your head. My man be cooking. Or he's cooked, one or the other. Deeply cooked, deep fried even. Much like the rat-based diet he lives on currently. He wants to upgrade from that rat-based diet to I don't know, pheasant-based diet or something, you know. He wants to go from rodent to bird. And those dietary needs. Even though I keep convincing him that a big enough rat is the same thing. I'm sure that's just rat point. Multi-cheese. No. That's. I'm pretty sure those are separate cheeses. I'm sure. I think. Hopefully. Don't worry about it. No. That extra flavour, nothing quite expired rat poison. A bit of spice. Do you not like spicy cheese? That spicy cheese in your mix, you know? I mean, alcohol's poison, right? So you're used to ingesting poison. It's just a different kind of poison. Ignore the fact that rat poison's like horrific. God, you've reminded me of fucking Ghost of Tsushima. That's a good game. That's a pretty good game. Especially if you want something fairly authentic to Japan. Although it's like an alternate history. But beyond the history, it's pretty authentic. I have to remind you. There's a bit involving rat poison, that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I shan't spoil just in case anyone's not played it yet. It's fairly newish still, I think, so I don't know if anyone here is interested in playing the game, but there's a bit involved rat poison, that's all I'm going to say. There's a whole thing. The whole big old thing about it. Well, looking for... My man. God damn. We'll see. God damn. Working every time just goes. I'm expecting a present, sir. Yeah, okay. But you have to choose, Bruce. It's either that or the better food. That's your choice, you see, sir. Do you have the good game or the good food? The hard choices for you. So we did there. That was the promise of your friendship. Well, also listening against it. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Then use the spare money to get it on CD keys for like pennies, probably. First point. I will say that it's a pretty good game. I do rate it quite well. See, your scheme has been outed. You shan't escape the rat-based diet. It's fine. You only need food once a week. As long as I keep giving you water, it's fine. It's like a snake, right? That's how human biology works, right? Stoned. Oh no, you can't ask Judas to start smuggling in rations for you. No, we can't have that. Isn't your faith alone enough to keep you fed? With rats. I'm gonna recreate the snake meme with rat. I'll find a fat one, don't worry. It's fine, listen, we just have to get enough tithes for the church to get attention, okay? Then you can have some church-approved meals. Get those church-approved meals in. Oh, that should be an emote. Just my mechanical hand grabbing a rat. That should be a thing. Or like, oh no, an anime while I'm squeezing it. Yeah, that could work. That could work. That's a funny one, actually. I assume that's allowed. Twitch is funny. They had a whole thing about like a ferret twerking wasn't allowed, even though it's a ferret. So that's what Twitch allows. Not sure about Peter though. Well, listen, Peter are weird. Peter are really weird. So, you know, I don't care. Peter don't actually help that many animals anyway. It's one of them. They're just not a good bunch. There's a lot of legitimately good shelters that actually help animals. Peter ain't one of them. They're just kind of weird and culty. Oh, that's salinity, I think you're referring to there. Yeah, I remember that. God, that was fucked. That was a whole thing. Jesus, how long ago was that? Holy shit. That's been a while since I remember that. Damn. Good memory there, sir. This feels like a long, many ages ago now. Oh. Right, my dear sinners, I'm afraid the time has cometh where I must love you and leave you all. Look at Muhammad was a respected Damn. Right, must love you and leave you all, but first, shall we see who's looking cute and raidable right now? Who in my following is looking adorable and raidable right now? Who's looking nice and raidable? Let's raid Velky. Velky's nice. Alright. Do send some over to Velky for me. And I will see you all tomorrow. Except for Rouge, have a good time at your wedding. Hopefully you find to entertain yourself during it. But till then, my dear sinners, thank you for joining me. You've been a pleasure as always. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm getting something from the restaurant. Yeah, don't feed him. Right. Ta for now.